Bonjour, bonjour. In this video, I'm going to teach you the pronunciation of this beautiful, world-famous ski resort where I am right now. So we're in the Alps right now with really breathtaking views, as you can see. And this place is called Chamonix. Chamonix. So let me unpack the pronunciation of the word for you. So the first thing you might want to notice is that compared to English, usually when you have a CH in English, you say ch, ch, with a hard attack, a hard start to the word. So check or chop. But in French, it's very different. You do sh instead. It's smooth and soft, a soft beginning. Just like in the words, the English words, Chicago, and in the loan word from French, chateau, a chateau. Chicago, by the way, was founded by a French speaker, and it's one of the reasons, it's the reason why you don't say Chicago, but Chicago instead. So the first syllable is sha, sha. So you might want to think of the A sound as a British A, as in the word back or black. So not the American way, black or back, but back, black. So sha, sha. Then you have mo, chameau, chameau. So mo, one of the mistakes you want to avoid is that as English speakers, you are going to have a tendency to add what I call waves to your vowels. So you can see that, for example, when English speakers say Bordeaux, they say Bordeaux, Bordeaux. It's like a little wave, Bordeaux, instead of Bordeaux. We cut it short, we keep it flat. And so that's what you want to do as well. It's not chameau, it's chameau, chameau. Chameau, and then ni, Chamonix. So ni, exactly the same sound as if it was written like a knee, like your knee on your leg. But you cut the sound short. We don't say Chamonix, we say Chamonix, Chamonix. We cut it short. The X at the end, I'm afraid, is silent. It's a very, very common feature of French. And if you want a little bit of context, a little bit of history, actually, the word comes from Franco-Provençal, which is a language spoken that it's an endangered language, really, spoken in eastern France, western Switzerland, and northwestern Italy. And in that language, when a word ends in X, it means that the word stress falls on the last syllable. Whereas, for example, if the word ends in Z or Z, the word stress ends on the penultimate syllable, like in Italian, Italia. They say Italia, they don't say Italia, it's Italia. In French, you don't have much word stress inside of words, but in Franco-Provençal, that is the case. So just a tiny little anecdote right here. And one last thing, because it's always better I have my notes here, because it's always better to learn words with their satellite words rather than in isolation. By satellite words, I mean little words like le or la or a, en, i, all of those little words. If you learn them with the meaningful content words, it's much, much easier for you afterwards, because you don't have those words floating around unattached or disconnected from anything. And so if I want to say I'm going to Chamonix, I will say je vais à Chamonix. So à Chamonix, at Chamonix. And that is the case for any city name in French, by the way. For countries, it's a little bit different. I'm going to France would be je vais en France. For countries, it's a bit confusing because it depends on the country. But for cities, it's always à. Je vais à Chamonix. All right, so that's all I have for this little pronunciation breakdown. I hope this was helpful. If you can read or speak some French, but you still struggle to understand real spoken French without subtitles, then I strongly recommend you check out my other video called Why Spoken French is So Hard to Understand. It unpacks some of the reasons, and it resonated with a lot of people, some of them at a deep level. So I recommend you check it out, and I hope this was helpful. And as always, merci for your interest in my language. À bientôt.